When I quit my day job and decided to go full-time into filmmaking, not even the smallest of thoughts crossed my mind that it would take me to South Korea. Over 6,800 miles away, on the other side of the world, let me tell you, it was an experience. My friend and owner of Ray's Media asked if I would be interested in going to Seoul to get some website footage of one of their clients, Hyosung, an opportunity I absolutely couldn't pass up. Of course, I had to bring my wife Jamie, and my production manager Chandler decided to hop on board too.
Going to South Korea was totally out of this world, literally. We got plucked from what we were doing here in America, and we were fully immersed in the culture of South Korea. It was incredible.
I was super thankful that we were able to go somewhere so remote to us. South Korea as one of your first stops as a production company working internationally is such a cool opportunity.
It was definitely quite the privilege to get to go to South Korea, work alongside Koreans and fellow filmmakers and creatives, and just to experience the culture. Now, the purpose of this trip was business, but we got some personal time as well.
How do you feel?
That's good. I feel wonderful.
Oh my God, so many.
I'm just, because I know how to behave in front of a camera sometimes.
I think the biggest surprise for me was how friendly literally everyone was. I mean, we had this lady come up to us in the subway and she was like, "Where are you going?" And we showed her the address and she was like, "Oh, I know exactly where it is here, follow me." And she literally took us up out of our exit at the subway station and walked us like 4 blocks down the road at 10 o'clock at night. Who would do that in New York City?
The doors are on your right.
The best part of the trip for me was one day we went to this really old palace and we were touring, looking at the beautiful buildings, and I saw all of these girls walking around in these beautiful dresses. I had to know, where did they get that from? So I actually left our entire group and I walked down this random street, and it was like a costume shop. And these really, really awesome people got me dressed up. They put me in a beautiful dress and I got to walk around the palace wearing what all the other girls were wearing, these beautiful dresses. I felt like a princess.
Who's that fine girl right there?
I couldn't stop smiling, and I was taking pictures with all these other girls that were wearing dresses just like that, and it's something I will never forget for the rest of my life. They were like, "You look like Elsa," and I had a little boy stop me in the street, and he was just...
Hiking Bukhansan National Park was also one of the highlights of the trip. And we all went up there on one of our days off. And I mean, it was tough for me to climb up. You know, I'm not the most physically fit person compared to Justin and Jamie.
Red Credit Films team is full of Olympic athletes. I didn't consider this when they hired me.
That was probably the coolest thing that I got to see in South Korea. We finally all get up there and Justin gets this idea. He goes, I think I'm gonna take off the drone.
And I saw this little gap in the tree canopy that I could definitely fly it through. Everything turned on, it allowed me to take off the drone, and I began to fly it outside of the trees.
What do you want to say?
I did it. Shh, don't tell anybody.
He wants to say shh.
Looking at my phone and seeing the footage that I was capturing, seeing the city off in the distance and the colors in the trees was just completely unreal.
I think the best part of the trip for me was probably when I got home, and not as a bad thing, but as a good thing. I think being able to look back on the trip was probably the coolest part, to say like, hey, like I went to South Korea and I got to do this, and I got to do this, and I got to meet so many people.
I was really scared to go to South Korea at first, but it was a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and I would go back in a heartbeat anytime. It was incredible.
So if you're on the fence about taking that trip or traveling to that country because it makes you a little nervous or fearful inside, good. That's completely normal to feel. I felt that as well. And I would just say to do it. Step out of that comfort zone, push through it, book the flight, make the travel. Oh, don't forget your camera and document these memories, because you know what? There's only one life.